The world. I'm Hasan Piker, and this Hasan our broadcast coming to you live from gloomy California, Los Angeles. 65 degrees and cloudy here in California, Los Angeles. Folks, we're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and not once has Zoe been given courtside seats. What if there was a hypothetical that either Americans don't get free healthcare, which they don't deserve, or you adopt me? Great hypothetical, dude. Yeah, dude, there's nothing funnier than trying to get your licks in on a popular mayor in your moment of glory. Like you just need to fucking sit there. Jim Dolan wanted no part of the picture with Mamdani when he gave him a key to the city. Yeah, by the way, the key to the city shit is so smart because once again, every speech that he makes, right? You can compare to Eric Adams, who had a lot of swag, had a lot of aura, let's be real. But like, you know, I'm going to keep repeating this over and over again. Eric Adams gave a key to the city to Diddy. Zoran is giving it to the New York Knicks. Just saying, just putting it out there. Look, obviously he's making the most of a very, very fortunate string of events. Very fortunate for us that he happens to be a democratic socialist, a cadre, you know, of the organization, someone who is obviously carrying that banner with every initiative that he takes. He's like, good governance is forever associated with democratic socialism in New York City, hopefully, once his tenure is over. And the same goes for this wave of insurgent candidates that will hopefully do their very best to govern just as well.
This is the key to the city that we will be presenting to each of the players, and it is the first key that our administration is giving out since, you know, it's been only 6 months. And it is designed by Azra Khalfan. It is manufactured by him, designed by Anish Bhupati. And the typography of the key is actually designed by Tobias Freer-Jones, who designed the typography of the 9/11 Museum, NYU, a lot of the kind of iconic typefaces in our city. It's really elegant. And we're so honored that he did this.
And you put in the order months ago? That was very brave of
you. You gotta plan. You gotta be ready. As a fan, you never want to talk about it, but as the mayor, you gotta be ready.
Well, you were prepared. Thank you for stopping by on your way to parade. Enjoy.
You know, I wish the city keys could open any lock in the city. That would be insane. What the hell does the key do? It's just symbolic. It's just a symbolic thing that mayors do historically. They give a key to the city to people that they're honoring. Okay. I mean, it's brilliant. He's doing a masterclass on how to fucking feed off of the momentum in New York. And any victory for New York doesn't just feel like a victory for New Yorkers, which it is, but it's also a victory for like Zoran Mamdani, which also happens to build on the momentum for democratic socialism. And that is what this is all about. And he's doing a fantastic job with it. Let's see what James Dolan did, though, with Zoran, giving him a key.
Quentin Dolan.
God damn, dude. He's just like, fuck you. Buddy. What is this? Just fucking be nice. Just make nice. He's over here smiling at you, you know? Didn't even look for the photo. It's just so funny, man. Not even barely a handshake. He's just like, fuck off. I'm just here. Give me the key and move on. It's real bozo behavior. Like, we get it, dude. You fucking like Trump, okay? We get it. You're a billionaire. You hate democratic socialism. You hate Zoran. Like, this is one of those moments where I'm like, can we just not make everything political? You know what I mean? This is one of those moments where it's like, you don't have to make everything political, big dog. Like Donald Trump is smarter on shit like this than James Dolan is. Donald Trump would never in a million years behave in the same petty ways in a situation like this, because he understands, like, there are moments where he'll be petty. He is the pettiest man on the planet. He's petty white, right? But there are certain moments where he knows, like, the situation is larger than him. He already fucked up with the whole, blowing the Knicks streak by making the event about himself. But in a situation like this, he would probably play ball. Also, this was really funny. I do want to point out something, and this is not a joke, ladies and gentlemen. I'm being very serious. Woke Sharia has been implemented in New York City, and part of that is obviously anti-white activity, anti-white action, and the Basij militia of Zohran Kwame Mamdani, also known as the Strategic Response Group, the SRG, that he was supposed to disband. He has not disbanded, and many of you have been obviously critical about this, myself included, but it turns out it was because the Strategic Response Group is actually doing anti-white action. Here it is. This is Tyler Kolek and the cops, the cops of the NYPD are going to tackle him because they don't know that he's a player and they think he's a random guy because they're like, he's white. He's a white boy. Behave, white boy. You are not supposed to be here right now. That's so funny. He looks like a streamer. Yeah. That is massive aura loss. Like, massive aura loss. They confronted him for not being gay or Muslim. Yeah, so what happened here is, look, the first guy comes in and says, hey, you're white. You're a white man. You're not allowed to celebrate unless you're gay. And then the second guy comes in and goes, show me a picture of you sucking a cock. Okay? And then the first guy goes, unless you're also, or you could be Muslim, right? Like, say the Shahada right now, and they hold him down. They hold him down, and the other guy goes, say the Shahada right now. Are you Muslim or are you gay? Because you can't be a white man. You can't be a white cishet man and celebrate on this glorious occasion. We will beat your ass. Yeah, they're demanding he do a land acknowledgement. And he goes, look, he yells at them and he does a land acknowledgement right there. He goes, look, he says, this is stolen. What's the tribe in New York? Which one is it? Algonquin? Is it we're on, he goes, we're sitting on, you cannot, Lenape? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Iroquois, Lenape. He turns around and he says, look. He says, we're on stolen Lenape land. Like, you better take your hands off me. Clearly. And then they let him go. Pretty sure it was because he used the incorrect pronouns towards the first cop, so we called for backup and the other one came in. Yeah. He tweeted, I swear I'm on the team, bro. Oh, that's funny. Bro's got 7,000 followers on Twitter. God damn. What's that? It was the White Mamba who said famously, like, it doesn't matter. I won the chip. A couple years from now, I'll say I got 5 minutes. And then a decade from now, I'll say I was, I was a starting five. I was in the starters. I was in the starting five. And then, by the time this is over, I'll be talking about how I dropped 40. I butchered the quote. Yeah, he can turn around and say, I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me. Can we get a solid snake as the head of the DSA trying to convince Toby Durden to join the DSA impersonation? No, that seems insane. It's good for the soul to picture all the Zionist billionaires, gutter journalists, ghoulish influencers, AIPAC funded politicians, and disgraced former mayors of New York City stewing over how quickly and completely New Yorkers have taken Mamdani into their hearts. Yeah. Straight up. Toby Durden. I'm calling you on behalf of the Democratic Socialists of America. As the next governor of South Dakota, you have a mission. You have to stop the Metal Gear. And the only way to do that is by joining the Democratic Socialists of America. Toby Durden. There you go. Turby Derby. Guy who says Turby Derby over and over for 5 minutes regularly? No, that's silly. Okay, well, I did it. Yeah, what's really interesting about this entire experience, I think, is that the mayoral position is a very difficult one, and it's a often very unpopular one. And to give Zoran his endless flowers that he deserves, he has genuinely taken this position and turned it into a popular one, which, like, Bill de Blasio was a lot closer to Zoran's worldview, obviously never all.